All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Monday Momentum where I'm here to share a good word with you to start your week off right. Today, we're going to talk about how to leverage campus resources to skyrocket your career. Listen, y'all, many people don't know how many people don't even use most of the campus resources that they have at their disposal to make sure that they are not only positioned to be at their best, but also has the opportunity to be the best. And this is why you need to listen to this video, is because 50% of students, especially college students, do not even use the Career Center. Like, I'm gonna say that one more time. 50% of college students don't even use the Career Center, the place that's literally built for you to find all the career success that you're looking for. And so if you want some tips, if you want some strategies on how to actually make sure that you utilize the resources on campus to the best of your ability, you need to make sure to watch this video. And so listen, it's a huge missed opportunity. The problem is that you want your next internship, your next job opportunity to just come to you. You want it to just fall in your lap. You feel like you're in the right place, you're in the right space, but the right opportunity is not coming to you. And that's because you got to seek it out. Like, this is how you start to get ahead, is by getting the job leads, about setting your resume up, getting cover letter support, making sure that your resume doesn't just talk about the responsibilities that you have, but also your resume has the opportunities that you have built in the results of the responsibilities that you've had, right? And so also, you get a chance to answer the right, or you get a chance to ask the right questions. Like, a part of this journey is not just about making sure that you are looking clean, right? Making sure that you dress right, making sure that you smell good, your hygiene is good. Like, that is good. Like, it's good that you are making sure that you are looking dapper, looking professional, looking ready. What you got to also do is make sure that everything on the back end is also ready. And so, like, making sure that your resume got the responsibilities and the results, making sure your cover letter says the same thing as your resume, making sure that you are articulating a different resume for a different job, because you're not submitting the same thing over and over and over again. You are actually taking the time to tweak that thing to make sure that it meets the specific needs of your new job opportunity. These are all really, really important things. And so I want to make sure that you got some tips to be able to take your career to the next level by using career services and other resources on campus. And so, first thing, I want you to visit the Career Center. Like, shout out to all my Career Center family, right? The folks at Eastern Michigan that I know, the folks at UNCW that I know, just amazing folks who are doing amazing things to make sure that students having a great experience on campus and off. But also, you need to do these couple things. So what do you want to expect? You need to know what to expect from career services. Most career services offices, I'm not going to say all, but most of them, you need to know that they're built to do some things and they're built to not necessarily do some things. And so, one, what to expect? You can expect resume and cover letter reviews, which every single person who has a resume should have done or be doing. Like, listen, if you haven't been to your career center, or you've never been since freshman year, you outdated. It's been a long time since anybody has seen you. If you're a senior and you haven't been since your freshman year, yo, that's 3 years. Do you know how many things probably have changed in the industry or in the resume writing world to make you stand out, especially knowing that a lot of these softwares are pulling resumes now. It's not even people pulling these resumes. You have to make it through the software. And so if you're not putting those keywords in, if you're not putting those key information in, if you're not making sure that you're hitting every bullet point in the job response on the job posting. Listen, the software is not going to pull your resume for even somebody to review it. And so making sure that you're sending your resume to your career services offices before you even submit that thing is super, super important. Here's the second thing: doing mock interviews and career coaching. One of the most critical things that I know about working with students and helping students have career success is a big part of it is they don't have enough practice. Like, they don't know how to answer basic questions with things that are really important, but not necessarily things that you're going to harp on. And so you're going to always get, tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're interested in this career or why you're interested in this job. And answering that question is not like, I like long walks on the beach, right? Like, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, what they want to know are strengths and weaknesses. And so, hey, I'm a confident person. I'm very charismatic. I build trust really easily. I also can be trusted very easily. One of the things that I think is really important for me is also to recognize that, like, I am very determined. One of the things that I love about myself, one of the things I grow about myself is that I'm not going to stop until the job is done. Why I'm interested in this job is so that I can really bring these skills to the forefront to be a value add to this community, to this corporation, to this institution, organization, right? One of the things I know is that y'all believe in blah, blah, boom. And one of my top values are blah, blah, blah. That's how you talk about yourself. Hopefully this is making sense. Another thing that you can expect from your career center is internship opportunities and career opportunities, right? And so you're going to find job searching strategies, job searching softwares that's going to help you actually look for the experience. And I believe nowadays, like, college career centers have search engines and search softwares that allow you to actually look deeper into your specific industry or what you're specifically studying for jobs and internships in that area. And so you're literally missing out on a huge bucket of opportunities because you don't even know that, like, your career services office has already done a lot of the work for you to actually find the job for your field or for your skill set. They have software that already do that. And so you're missing out on that opportunity and experience, right? Here's another thing that I want to make sure that you get. It's career assessments and personality assessments. So one of the things I love about having a partnership with our career services at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, is that I bring in one of my great colleagues, Ricky Patterson, to talk about all the different career assessments that they have available to students. And we even do it where we break it down by StrengthsFinder assessment results. And so the students get an opportunity to kind of do their StrengthsFinder results. And then after they do their StrengthsFinder results, they get a chance to come back and talk a little bit about what that experience is like, what they did learn about themselves, those type of things. And then afterwards, I'll bring in a good friend from the Career Center to talk about how to make this meaningful in the workforce. What I believe and what I know is that our strengths is what make us stand out, not our weaknesses. And so what people oftentimes do, or what people always think, is that since my strengths is already up here and my weaknesses are down here, I actually need to focus in on my weaknesses more. And here's the problem. Focusing on your weaknesses doesn't make your strength stronger. Focusing on your strengths make your weaknesses stronger. Do you see that? Weaknesses are a part of life. We will all have them. We are going to continuously have them. But the thing that will make you amazing, the thing that will make you stand out, the thing that will make you great is the fact that you know how to manage your strengths and weaknesses well to be a value add to the industry, be a value add to the organization. And how you do that is by leaning deeper into your strengths and finding community in areas of your weaknesses so that they can be strong at things that you are weak at, and you might be able to be strong in things that they are weak at. Hopefully that makes sense. And then employer and employee connections and job fairs. Critical. Super, super critical. Like, what you need to do, and I'm going to talk about that in actually in a second, is making sure that you have all the things in place to make sure that you stand out at a job fair. You got to look great. Your resume got to be together. You got to have a good cover letter. You got to have done some research ahead of time. Like, these are all things that are critical, and your career center will tell you exactly how to do that if you are making sure that you're connecting. And so here's some questions that you can ask your career center staff to kind of get you off the ground. Here's one. What industries or companies recruit from our school? Can you help me tailor my resume for a job or internship? Are there alumni in my field that I should be connected to? What workshops or networking events are coming up that I should be attending? And what online job boards or career platforms should I be using that is provided by the school to find the best job opportunities? All of these things are great questions to use when you're getting interactions with your career center staff. So I hope that was good. Here's step number 2. You need to attend career fairs. You need to attend networking events. One of the things that I made a huge mistake, and one of the things that you need to know, is there's a huge reason why 52% of recent college graduates are underemployed or underemployed, right? So they're either underemployed, meaning they have a bachelor's, but they're applying for jobs with a master's, for the high school degree, or they have a master's, but they're applying for jobs with a bachelor's degree, or they have a PhD, but they're applying for jobs for a master's or even a bachelor's degree. It's because they don't necessarily, or they might not be necessarily networking with the right people in the right places. It's great to know a bunch of people, but it's greater to know a bunch of people in a specific field that can help you get connected to people in that field that are looking for people that have opportunities. Again, it's great to know a lot of people, but it's better to know specific people in a specific field that are looking for people who want opportunities in that industry. That's networking. That's the best way you can do networking. And so first thing you need to do when you are attending a job fair or a networking event is you need to do your research. Like, not only on the people who are going to be there, the company, the organization, the values, the mission, the visions, the organizational goals, right? Strategic plans, all of those things matter. Also, doing research on a person is just as easy as LinkedIn. Seeing what schools they went to, seeing what things that they study, do a Google search on them and see what information and what photos you come up with. These are all small conversation starters that can get you started in building a relationship of a lifetime or actually creating an opportunity of a lifetime. Here's another thing. Dress professional, y'all. Like, I get it. I wear the hat and the t-shirt when I'm on live, right? I just got off work. I'm comfortable. But when I'm out there doing my thing, right? You might see me in a bow tie. You might see me in a blazer. You might see me in a whole suit. Sometimes I might have some J's on. Just depends on the audience. But I'm telling you, I'm looking dressed to impress. And here's a part of this that I also think people underestimate is when you look good, you feel good, right? And when you feel good, it exudes a sense of confidence that's just very, very different. Right. And so making sure that when you're doing step 2, attending career fairs, that you look good, you smell good, you looking fresh to death, ready to rock every single conversation that you have. Here's another strategy is you need to actually bring 10 or more copies of your resume that's already been reviewed by a staff member in the career center. Yo, when you get really good at what you do and you know exactly what you're doing to impact people's lives and impact people's community, what I'm telling you is you're going to actually blow up. And when you blow up, you got to be ready, right? You don't want to be that person that's like, oh, I got really good interest in me, but then I'll have nothing to give you to take away with. That takes away from the conversation with that networker or that company or that organization that you're trying to network with. Here's another thing. You need to prepare an elevator pitch or an impact statement. And so who do you serve? What is the result? What is the benefit? So I help college students understand their natural gifts and talents and how to articulate them to industry leaders so they can get a job before graduation. That is what I do. And so because I do that, I am able to talk about how I bring value to an institution. How do I bring value to an organization? Who do you work with? What's the result? What's the benefit? You need at least that, and practice saying that super, so you can become super easy to you, right? Here's another thing. Ask thoughtful questions. I don't want you to just be like the person that comes up and be like, are you hiring? That might work for some people. That might work on some people, but I'm guaranteeing it don't work for everybody. And so I need you to take the time to craft really specific questions per company, organization that you're going to talk to, right? And so if it's a manufacturing company, let's talk about strategic goals. If you're talking about a restaurant, right? Let's talk about marketing, community, marketing opportunities, right? Let's talk about market share. Let's talk about outreach, right? Let's talk about how we, what do our couponing look like? Whatever it is, right? Because I get all those coupons of fast food restaurants in my mail all the time. And so those are things that's really, really important. And then the last thing that you need to do is to collect business cards. And listen, the fortune is in the follow-up. Say that one more time. Collect business cards, and the fortune is in the follow-up. And so what you need to know, what you need to do is actually get the card, send a message saying thank you for your time. If you got a couple bucks and they're in the area, take them a coffee or tea, learn more about the organization, right? Learn more about opportunities coming down the pipeline. And then you're literally in. Now you're the end person. Now when opportunities come up, it's like, I'm going to connect with this person. And what I also tell my students is what's really, really key, what's really, really important is that if you only asked and followed up one time, how bad did you really want it? If you did not take the time to actually add another opportunity, another email, if you didn't take the time to check in on a person's family or send a message for the holiday or ask them what their summer plans are, any cool vacation trips coming up, these are all questions that you can ask people, because people are people. But what you're trying to do is stay on top of mind, right? I wouldn't spam them and be sending them 5 to 10 messages a day, but one a month, one every 2 weeks, just to check in. That helps, man. That helps. And so here's some questions that you can ask recruiters, right? 1, what entry-level positions / internships are available for people with my major? Another one, what skills or experiences do you look for in candidates, right? Specifically candidates who are about to graduate. 3, what does the hiring process look like for candidates who are about to graduate? 4, can you describe the company culture and career opportunities that go to people who are of my age group or of my educational status? 5, what's the best way to follow up after an event with you? People are usually shocked by that question, actually. That's actually a really good one. Because, again, sometimes people are like, yo, you know what? Email's the best way, but here's my number, right? Or, actually, email's not the best. Call me, leave a voicemail, right? Getting that little insight is the thing that you can do to help yourself stand out to industry leaders. Last thing I will give you, third final advice is to make sure that you set up informational interviews with alumni. Listen, it's already somebody that graduated with your degree, that wants the job that you want, that went into the field that you want to go into, that have solved the problem, that cracked the code, they figured it out. And so why don't they know you? That's the best question you can ask yourself. So why don't they know you? Your alumni are people who sat in your seat, literally. Some of these folks lived in the same dorm as you. Some of these folks went to the same high school or communities as you. Some of these folks live in the same apartment buildings as you. Some of these folks lived in the same neighborhood as you. Some of these folks had the same teachers as you. Like, they know exactly what to do to be successful. And so they need to know you. And so why does this matter? You gain insider knowledge about career fields and how to connect with industry leaders. It helps you build relationships for referrals and mentorship opportunities. How I became an educator, how I became a professional educator was by mentorship of an educator who saw me helping people in his job, and he offered me a job. And when I realized that I wasn't going to get a job in the field that I studied for my bachelor's degree, I went back to him. And he looked at my resume and told me exactly what I was about to do. He was like, dude, you already working in student affairs. You've been working in student affairs. You should be working in student affairs. And so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be a faculty member. I probably wouldn't be a professional speaker. I probably wouldn't have spoken to over 160,000 people in 20 plus states and 3 countries. I wouldn't be an international scholar if it wasn't for somebody, a mentor, seeing me for my gifts and talents, giving me an opportunity in a time that nobody in my field of study would give me an opportunity. That's the key. That's the key. Using mentors is not necessarily using them. It's actually getting the service that they want to provide. Because when you have a mentor, when you have a sponsor, they actually want to help you. The only person that's standing in your way of connecting with a mentor is you. Because when people give you their number, when people give you their email, use it. I don't know how many times I've told this to students. Like, I travel across the country and I'm connecting with students all the time. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably about 10% of students who actually follow up with me. And it's so wild because like one of my students who I told this years ago, right back in 2014, 2015, he actually used my number. And to this day, we still work together. I was just in Atlanta the other day, paid him to take photos and stuff for me. Right? Like, these are lifelong opportunities and relationships that can literally help you not only build your career, but also put money in your pocket, but you have to steward them correctly. That's a super important part of this mentorship journey. Being a mentee takes work as well. It's just not about them thinking and looking for you. You got to seek them out. Let me get off my high horse, right? And another thing about connecting with alumni is they give you a realistic perspective of what's actually happening in industry right now. So listen, if somebody was like coming to me and was like, hey, I want to be a leadership professor, and I want to figure out how to teach students. If they come to me now, there's a different pathway that they could take to actually achieve that goal than what they would have done, what they would have had to take 10 years ago. Right? Like, the route that I went, not a route that you need to take. Right? Or the route that traditionally is taken. It's not the route that you need to take to achieve this opportunity. Another thing I even think about is even just at the bachelor level. Like, there are jobs that are out there that you think maybe require a master's degree, but they don't. Every single one doesn't. And maybe you might be able to find the opportunity to actually pay for your master's program, right? Or something of that sort. But you have to be on the lookout, and you have to be connected to people who are already in the industry. And so here's some questions that you can ask of alumni when you get to that place, right? So can you share your career journey? What did it take for you to get there? What are some challenges that you faced? What do you love about your job? What do you think some of the biggest challenges of your job or your industry? What are the essential skills that a student needs to develop before they graduate so that they can be a standout in the interview pool, right? If you could go back to college, what would you do differently? Are there professional organizations and resources that you recommend that a person or a student like me would need to join, be a part of, be a volunteer for, etc.? What advice do you have for students who are entering the industry, trying to break into the industry, that want to be a standout in the industry, right? And here's another question that you can ask of alumni to make sure that you are maximizing your campus resources for your career success is, can you introduce me to somebody that can give me more insight on this type of job or industry? That's the most important question that you can ask, because everybody doesn't have the answer. Everybody is not the key. Sometimes you got a ring full of keys and a lot of doors that you got to open before you find that amazing dream opportunity. But when you do find that opportunity, or when you do meet that person that's genuinely interested in helping you, and they don't have the actual insights, or they don't have the actual key or the door to open for you, the best question that you can ask is, can you introduce me to someone that can give me more insight or opportunity in this space? Right? So listen, Wama, what's up, Wama? Good to see you here, my friend. Very, very proud of you, man. Keep shining, keep growing, keep being great. Unfortunately, I can't accept you on this live because I'm actually on my computer. So I'm not on my phone, right? Here's my phone. And so, but let's connect. I sent you a bunch of information and emails to get on my connection. Let's connect, man. And so, hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all enjoyed this live. This was really, 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 really good. One of the things I want to make sure I recap, right? And so here's the thing. If you want to maximize your career success in college and use campus resources to do so, first thing you need to know, 50% or more of students do not go to the career center. So that's the first thing you need to do, is go to your career center. Second thing you need to do is you need to attend networking events and career fairs. Like, don't be the couch potato, letting opportunities pass you by, or going to people who show up. If you want to be great, you got to show up for your greatness. And that means getting in front of people who can help you be great, or that can show you the door of greatness, right? Then the third thing that I need you to do is set up informational interviews with alumni. I don't care if you're a college student or a high school student. Somebody graduated from your school and is doing amazing. And so you need to know them. How do you find those people out? If you're in high school, talk to your teachers, right? Ask your teachers, hey, do you know somebody who's studying this in college or became this type of person and professional? And can you get us connected? If you're in college, again, go to your alumni center. Ask them, who are some of the people that graduated in this field? Or ask your professors, who are some of the people that graduated in this field that are doing this work? I want to be connected with those people. Can you connect us? Or your deans, right? Your department chairs. You have a whole major. And so there are people who graduated people before you. And so make sure those people know that you're looking for opportunities. This has been another Monday Momentum, where I'm here to share a good word with you to start your week off right. Today, we talked about how to take your career success using campus resources to the next level. I'm super, super proud of you. Make sure that you tune in again next week, 7 o'clock Eastern time, where we will talk about amazing things on Instagram that help you grow your not only professional brand, but your personal brand, so that you can attract industry leaders and understand your natural gifts and talents. I'm Dr. Dar. I'll see you at the top. And of course, keep doing the good work.